Welcome to your custom-tailored deep dive. Today, our mission is sorting out this brilliant little design note hiding right in plain sight in the IKEA kitchen department.
Yeah, hiding right next to the Swedish meatball.
Exactly. It's all about black cabinets, which sounds, a little straightforward at first.
Black paint, right.
Right, just paint.
Yeah.
But okay, let's unpack this. Because there is a whole psychological and visual puzzle buried right here.
There really is. I mean, anyone who has wandered through that maze of a showroom has probably seen these two massive heavy hitters, the LERHYTTAN and the BODBYN kitchens.
Oh, yeah, the classics.
Right. And the core puzzle we are looking at today comes down to a single, very surprising piece of technical data. Both of those cabinet styles use the exact same pure neutral black color code.
Wait, you're saying they literally pull from the exact same bucket of paint?
Literally the same bucket. It is NCSS 9000-N, pure neutral black, straight across the board.
Wow.
But that is exactly where the similarities end.
Which is wild, because standing in front of them, your brain absolutely refuses to believe they are the same color. Let's look at the LERHYTTAN first.
The matte one.
Yeah, you walk up to this cabinet, and it has this incredibly earthy, ultra matte finish. We're talking specifically about a gloss 5 level here.
Very low gloss.
Super low. And it's got this highly visible wood grain because it is built with ash veneer or solid wood.
Right. And what's fascinating here is the why behind the emotional weight of that final look.
Because of the texture.
Exactly. Because that gloss 5 ultra matte finish pairs perfectly with the porous natural ash grain. It completely swallows the ambient light in the room.
So it doesn't reflect anything.
No, it gives that 9000 pigment an incredibly soft, almost velvet-like depth.
It feels very grounded, right? Like a cozy, moody space you want to drink coffee in.
Definitely.
But if you want a totally different vibe from that exact same black pigment, you just look across the aisle. Here's where it gets really interesting, because the BODBYN uses a completely distinct traditional shaker-style frame.
Yeah, the classic shaker.
And unlike the textured wood of the LERHYTTAN, the BODBYN has this totally smooth, lacquered surface.
Which completely rewrites the rules for that black paint. The contrasting technical specs for the BODBYN guy are key here. Instead of an ultramatte, it uses a semi-gloss or satin finish at a gloss 25 level.
That is a big jump.
A massive jump. That higher gloss on a perfectly smooth surface changes everything. Instead of absorbing light like velvet, it reflects the room's ambient lighting right back at you.
Right. And that reflection makes the exact same pure black pigment look significantly sharper.
Much sharper.
It feels so much more formal and crisp. It almost commands a different type of hardware, like a polished brass or chrome, just to keep up with that sleeker energy.
Precisely. And that's the real takeaway for anyone designing a space. You can have a physical pigment that is 100% identical down to the molecular level.
But the surface texture and the gloss level are what entirely change human perception of that color.
Yes, the physical material itself basically overrides the raw pigment.
It dictates the reality of what we actually see. You think you're choosing a color, but your eye is really judging the texture.
Exactly.
So what does this all mean for you? It means that agonizing over a tiny paper color swatch is really only half the battle.
Right, because swatches don't have the final texture.
Exactly. Whether you're doing a full kitchen gut or just repainting a bookshelf, texture and finish dictate how you will actually experience that color in the real world.
It is a great reminder that critical thinking applies even to our everyday aesthetic observations. Our eyes are so easily tricked by the simple physics of how surfaces interact with light.
We trust our vision implicitly.
But it is highly subjective to the material conditions.
Which leaves us with a fun question for you to explore on your own. We've talked about how static texture and gloss can drastically change our perception of a neutral black under constant showroom lighting.
These bright fluorescent ones.
Yeah, those harsh lights. But how might the changing natural sunlight in your own home dynamically alter the look of those identical cabinets as the day moves from bright morning light into a shadowy evening?
That is a whole different ballgame.
Think about it next time you're standing in your kitchen.